My people, let's talk about what is really happening right now. The tension in the country is rising again because Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, has finally spoken directly from DSS custody. And what he said is shaking social media and raising a lot of new questions. This story is one that touches law, politics, human rights, and emotion all at once. Please, before we go deep into it, make sure you like this video right now and subscribe so you don't miss what is coming next, because this matter is still developing. So here's the gist. Nnamdi Kanu is still being held by the Department of State Services in Abuja. He's been there for a long while since his rearrest in 2021, and every court sitting about him always brings new tension. Recently, the Federal High Court in Abuja announced that it will deliver judgment in his terrorism case on the 20th of November, 2025. That single announcement alone made news across Nigeria and even outside the country. People started talking again. What will happen if the judgment goes one way or the other? Will it bring peace or will it raise more reactions? Kanu's legal team did not wait. They quickly filed an appeal to stop that judgment from being delivered, asking the Court of Appeal to step in first. They argued that the lower court should not go ahead while there are still unresolved questions about the charges, about the fairness of the process, and even about Kanu's health condition. So right now what we have is a waiting game, a legal tug of war between the Federal High Court and the Appeal Court, and everyone is watching closely. Now, this is not just about one man sitting in a cell. This is about the meaning of justice, fairness, and the unity of Nigeria. When you mention Nnamdi Kanu, emotions rise. Many people in the Southeast see him as a voice speaking for those who feel neglected, while others see his movement as a threat to national unity. But what we must understand is this. No matter where you stand, the law must always work in fairness. Let me say this again. Please like this video if you are following me clearly, and subscribe so that when new updates drop, you'll be among the first to hear it. In his message from DSS custody, Kanu was said to have spoken through his lawyers, saying he still believes in peace, in dialogue, and in truth. He made it clear that what he wants is justice and fair treatment. According to those close to the legal team, Kanu feels that the entire case against him has dragged on for too long, and it is time for the truth to come out. Whether you support him or not, that is something everyone can agree on. The truth must come out. But what is really keeping this case hot is not just the court process, it's the emotional connection people have to it. Think about it. Every time there is a hearing, you see people gathering in court premises, praying, waiting, hoping. You see young people online posting messages, some calling for calm, some calling for action. And that's why this story is not only about the man, it's about the voice of many who feel unheard. If you're still with me, tap that like button right now. It helps this message reach more people. Let's look back a bit. When Nnamdi Kanu first started speaking years ago, many dismissed him. But over time, his words grew stronger among people who felt frustrated. Then came the clashes, the bans, the proscription of IPOB, and then the long silence. After his rearrest, it looked like the case would move quickly. But here we are, years later, still waiting for justice, still hearing about delays, still hearing about health complaints from inside DSS custody. His lawyers have said several times that his health is not in perfect shape, that he needs proper medical attention. The DSS has also said he is being well treated. Both sides are talking, but no one outside can truly confirm what the full truth is. That's why emotions are running high again. The court warned recently that if Kanu fails to open his defense, the judge might close the case and deliver judgment. His lawyers took that seriously. They went straight to the higher court to say, no, this process is not fair yet, please stop the judgment. And that is exactly what is creating the current wave of tension. Will the appeal court agree? Will the high court go ahead? That's what we are all waiting to see. But while we wait, we have to talk about the bigger picture. This situation tells us something deep about Nigeria. It shows that we need stronger institutions, faster justice systems, and leaders who can listen to grievances before they turn into bigger issues. Every nation that values peace must also value justice. And that's why you and I should stay calm, stay informed, and always seek peace first. Please, if you believe in peace and fairness, like this video now and subscribe to this channel. That small action helps us spread positive discussion, not hate. You know, sometimes when I talk about this kind of issue, people ask me, so what do you think will happen next? My answer is simple. The law must take its course, but it must do so with fairness. No one should be above the law, but no one should be below it either. The same justice system that can punish must also protect. That is the balance we must always keep. If we go by what we've seen so far, the next few weeks are going to be very important. If the appeal court grants the request to stop the High Court judgment, that means more waiting. If it doesn't, then the High Court could deliver its decision on November 20th. And whichever way it goes, the reactions will be big. That's why everyone, from community leaders to government officials to security agencies, are already preparing for how to manage the aftermath peacefully. In the Southeast, some groups have already started calling for calm. They are saying that people should not take to the streets, that they should wait for the legal process to finish. That's a good call, and I support it. No matter what happens, violence never solves anything. It only makes things harder for innocent people. So, let's keep it peaceful, my people. Another important part of this gist is what Kanu himself represents symbolically. For some, he represents courage. For others, he represents division. But beyond all that, he represents the cry for justice that exists in many parts of the country, not just in the East. Every region has its own story of feeling left out or not heard enough. That is why leaders must not treat this matter as just another court case. It is a mirror of the larger conversation about inclusion, fairness, and how Nigeria should move forward. When you listen to people in the markets, in buses or online, you hear them say, "We just want things to be fair." And that's the heart of it. This whole Nnamdi Kanu case is about fairness. Fairness in the system, fairness in how citizens are treated, and fairness in how voices are heard. If you agree with that, please like this video and subscribe. Let's grow a community that talks about peace, truth, and fairness, not hatred. As of now, lawyers are still pushing motions, documents are still flying between courts, and everyone is waiting for the appeal court's response. The DSS remains silent officially, except for occasional statements that Kanu is being handled according to law. And as journalists and observers, what we can do is continue to follow the facts and tell them honestly. When you watch how this story unfolds, you begin to see that it is bigger than one man. It is about whether Nigeria's justice system can be trusted to treat every citizen fairly, whether powerful or not. It's also about how we as citizens react when we feel injustice. Do we fight with hate, or do we stand with peace and truth? That is the real test. So, my advice to everyone listening now is simple. Don't just follow the noise. Follow the facts. Read from trusted sources. Listen carefully and think deeply. Let's all choose the path that keeps our communities safe and our nation peaceful. Before we close, remember to like this video if you've been following till now. And it really helps us reach more people. And subscribe if you haven't yet, because as soon as any new update comes from the court or Kanu's team, we'll bring it to you immediately. The coming weeks will reveal a lot, whether justice will be delayed again or whether the case will finally reach a decision. But whichever way it goes, the lesson is clear. A peaceful nation is built on fairness, and fairness only works when the law is respected by everyone. And as we wait, let's continue to keep our minds open and our hearts calm. Because at the end of every political and legal battle, the people must still live together. Please like this video right now if you want more updates on this issue. And don't forget to subscribe so that we can keep growing this community of people who talk with sense, not with hate.